Good evening. Right, so this is an experiment on hotel Wi-Fi. Hell yeah, jamming out, man. How y'all doing? Yeah, this is my mobile setup. I've got everything mobile. I didn't even bring like a big suitcase. I only brought a little trolley, but with all my streaming equipment, I'm traveling here in Iceland. Looks like tomorrow we're going to be streaming from the CCP studio. So that'll be nicer. But today it's just my hotel room. We just had dinner and drinks with the CSM, and I ducked out a little early to go live. Is the mic big enough? It's just the perspective, man. Look at my hand. Big hands. Let me turn the music down for myself a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to make the mobile setup work. I only have my laptop screen here, so that I don't have a lot of room to go to look at anything besides chat. So if I miss something, if I miss potential subs or anything, then please do let me know. Sound and pick are pretty good. Yeah, hotel Wi-Fi is strong. I mean, you know, this is just like, this mic is good enough with this is pretty much the setup that I had in Australia for 7 months, so it's all good. Europe is quite snowy this season. How's Iceland? Yeah, so I left Germany with snow, and I landed in Iceland, and there's no snow here, and it's warmer. It's much warmer here than it's in Germany right now. Yeah, in Australia the mic was upside down. That's right. That's what happens. That's what happens. How cold is Iceland? I assume that's the only question I can ask without breaking the NDA. Iceland's fine. We have about 5 degrees Celsius, which is a lot warmer than northern Germany right now, or the US for that matter. A lot of the US is snowed under as well. Yeah, the makeup of the CSM this year is a lot less European than it was last year. So, or in the last few years. Like 2 years ago, we had Luke and Ananan, Drake, Iden, but we had I forgot his name. French PL guy. But we had a lot of Europeans, and now it's a lot of non-Europeans. So it's pretty much just 1.5 Europeans now. So it's lots of Americans, Australians, even Singapore. Did CCP break out the American-sized seats? Do you mean like in the conference room? It's the same seats as always. Thank you, Angel Video, for your Prime sub, man. I appreciate it, dude. Much appreciated.
What does
Thank
this
you.
button do?
It subs, mate. I just got 27 inches of snow. That's in the US, I presume. Yeah. Yeah. No, Iceland is fine. It's not that cold. Like usually, it's much colder in Iceland in January. Can you ask CCP to fix the game so it's fun again? That's a big statement, man. I think like overall, like by many metrics, EVE Online right now is doing a lot better than it was 3 or 4 years ago, and that's a big thing. I don't think anybody would have, like 3 or 4 years ago, I don't think anyone would have predicted that EVE would be where it is now, 3 years later, with, you know, 9 consecutive quarters of growth financially speaking, is insane for a 23-year-old game. And concurrent player counts are also better than they were a couple of years ago, so yeah. I think there's a lot of people having fun. I hear especially Lowsec is having a lot of fun around this time of year. I know you can't give any details, but how major are the wormhole expansion changes going to be? Nice try, dude. So by now I'm an expert at not breaking NDA. I'm happy to, talk about various things today. You can ask me questions about what it is that we do at CSM Summit. You can ask me about other people on the CSM. You can also ask me maybe about like how CCP is feeling or how we're feeling, but I can't talk about like specifics. If you've chosen a life of pressing F1 for a few hours in Taita so that's the nullsec diss, okay. On a scale of 1 through 10, how happy are you about today? So this is my third CSM, right? This is my third CSM summit. And overall, I think today as the first day was, I'd say an 8 out of 10. Are they asking you on how best to get banking up and running? Crota, look, I'm gonna put the escrow thing in my presentation for Friday, because Crota, I think if we start with an escrow, like an escrow as part of the contract system, as you put in your last blog, I think from there we can enable different stuff, as you said. So I think I'll put that in there. I'll definitely put that in there. Let's see. He's only going to give highlights of the major patch that is coming March, right? I'm not giving anything. Oh, dude, Drake, there you are, man. Missing you, man. No, really, like I mean that, Drake. Like I wish you were here. That'd be good, man. I'd love to have you here, man. What is the thing you personally would love to push for in this CSM, unrelated if it's an agenda or on the agenda or not? I mean, there are some like... There are some... I can't think with that music. I need some like chill music. Hold on, give me a second. So, there we go. I think you can put that in two categories, right? One thing is you're coming to sauna, homie. Oh, dude. Minmartar Mick. If you're one of the CSMs, like, blink twice, dude. Are you downstairs in the sauna? I've already been drinking, so I can't go sauna today. So I think like the wish list for a CSM summit, you have to put in like several categories, which is like, one is what are the big problems you want to fix, and two is what is new content that I would like to see. And I think in terms of like what do I think is the biggest problem that we need to fix, one of them certainly is, and I've come around to this even more in recent weeks, is I think we have a pretty big alpha problem in EVE Online, and so I do think that we need to, for the sake, the longevity of the game and the sustainability of the EVE economy, I do think we need to fix some of the alpha abuse that is going on right now in EVE Online, and that goes from alpha farming, alpha skill farming, to 7-day Omega loopholes, that free Omega loopholes that we have going on there, to projection issues that alphas pose with hundreds of alpha accounts being able to be stationed in every system, and that's not good gameplay, and it's like, I think it's hurting people playing the game without it, and it's not the intention that CCP has for alpha accounts. And so I do think that is something that we need to fix, because in the long run it's going to wreck the economy like significantly. And then the other side of that question is, what would I like to see added to the game, or new content to be added? Besides wormhole content, which I do think is I absolutely do think that wormhole content needs to come at some point, because we've seen a lot of focus on low sec and null sec recently, and so I think wormholes are due for content, just content in general, whatever it is. Oh, thank you massively for using the Oz code. I saw that pop up, man. Thank you, whoever you are, anonymous buyer. Thank you. So I do think that's content that we should see. And the second thing is, I think mission systems, like the mission system that we currently have in EVE Online, is just so outdated if you compare it to other MMOs. So I think there's a lot of engaging PvE content for the masses that I think is content that a lot of people want to do. It's just hands down, you might not believe it, but it's just hands down a lot of content that people want to do. And two, it's a way of getting new players into EVE, because some sort of structured PvE is something that you need to have. Sure, it's an amazing sandbox, it's an awesome sandbox, I love the sandbox of EVE Online, but to get people in and to get people to stay, you need some sort of guided PvE to keep people engaged. And so you need to help people along before they get into that sandbox and get fully immersed. And so we're losing too many players right now on the way to catching them to stay. So that's stuff that I think should be very high on the list to be addressed. I missed a whole bunch of chat. I know that because my screen is tiny. Let me see if I can pop this out. Hold on. I'm gonna try to pop this out and make it a little bigger. I'm used to 3 screens, and now in the hotel I have one tiny little laptop screen. So let's see. More mining arcs? No, dude. No. I spooled up new alt and ran some missions. Oh, you mean like mining missions? I barely made it to level 2 before walking away, and the whole newbie experience pushes people to mission running. Yeah, I think it should be more diverse than that. You want it? Let's see. I legit want Sino and Capitals in high sec. Just disable their weapons. What do you want to do with them? Sandbox or not, the mission system and the mission need a big overhaul. I think they do. Guten Abend. Yes, missions are fun and there's not enough variety. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone. Thanks again for using Kodas. Thank you. I think that nobody can dispute that the mission system is insanely outdated, and that's not going to keep anyone playing. Unless you're blitzing missions, it's not engaging gameplay. And if you look at what they've done with PvE content like Abyssals or some of the events that have happened since then, they're building these types of systems that can handle it now, and so I would love to see that in EVE Online. Yeah, burners I think were the last update to it. I like how best way to do missions is to skip 95%. Yeah, I mean it's just speed running like missions, right? Do you see issues with current Pochven use? There are massive issues with Pochven use. Absolutely. I think I mean if Drake is still here in chat, I saw him here earlier, so if Drake is here in chat, I'm sure he can outline current issues with Pochven more. Certainly I think a lot of the changes that have been done have addressed many of the issues, but I think there's still quite a lot of botting going on in Pochven from what I can see, and you know, and I think it's just if the income is it's always a problem if content can be gated by few people. Gate kept, I guess would be the word. So I think, you know, we're on our way, but it's the crusade against RMTers and Poch will continue. Yeah, I'm sure it will. I mean, Pochven is like, you know, it's its own region for a reason to, you know, to try new things in a controlled environment, I guess. Storyline missions. What does level 4 show as level 1? One of the issues. I don't understand the question. Sorry. The new Crimson Harvest PvE sites were perfect. Yeah, people seem to like those. I like jumping from system to other combat site hunting. Even the anomalies are better than missions. It's hard to make fun missions, and this is not an EVE problem. Almost MMO. Yeah, look, I mean, thanks again for using Kodos. I mean, so yes, it's hard, but like modern MMO, like I like questing. Like I like questing in MMOs like WoW or Guild Wars 2 a lot more than running missions in EVE Online. I mean, it's like especially Guild Wars 2 has a great approach to questing, which is much more fluid and natural. EVE Online missions just feel like, okay, you know, I look up the guide on how to do it most effectively, and it's just so stale and solved that at least I don't think it's fun in any way. Like, I know that there are some people that like it, but yeah. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 is insanely good at zone events and questing, man. So good. But I think you've got to do, you know, like I think I mean, it feels like they overhaul the NPE every 2 years, right? But the current NPE is like it's good at showing you the ropes, I think, of like just general piloting and pointing and clicking and modules and everything. But it's so hard to show EVE as EVE in a new player environment because it's a sandbox. It's especially not that, right? So it's very, very hard. No one reads a single thing in the journal besides the missions. It's true. So I never read the missions like until I get stuck, right? I rely on, but I also don't read the missions in WoW or in Guild Wars 2, and they're still more fun somehow, you know? But that's because like it feels like Eve PvE is just incredibly like most of the missions are incredibly low APM, right? Like it's click, orbit, shoot, wait a minute, maybe drop a drone. It's just very static, and it's very not, you know, it's like it used to be cool maybe 20 years ago, but it's just not cool anymore in terms of feedback, actions. Like I'm controlling stuff. It doesn't feel great, you know? It's it just doesn't. Just filled out the survey from the launcher. Great. Open-ended questions. Did you try it? No, I didn't see a survey in the launcher. Hold on. Let me open the launcher. You mean click Bastion model? No, I mean like new player experience. Gone linked that. I don't see a survey. That must be like a you thing, dude. That must be a regional thing maybe, or an account specific thing. By the way, like my 0 to Omega challenge is going horribly. I mean, I also don't have time right now to really play and update the orders, but it's for some reason like nothing is moving in any of the systems. So I need to figure out whether that's Eve Guru related or whether it's just a day of the week thing. They have good PvE and Abyss and Homefronts. The Homefront, yeah, exactly. No, that's where they have to take that and import it into a new mission system. I think that's what they got to do. Maybe you need a clear way to show progress, your abilities, and maybe some more fluid way of finding like-minded people. Haven't played it a long way, so oh yeah. You pretty much have to look up missions on Uni because it's so anti-intuitive that you have no idea what yeah, and that's not good gameplay, right? Like you want to be able to figure things out as you go. Like if you look up every single thing to just optimally run it, it just takes the fun out of it. Like the best gaming experience is if you can figure it out as you go, and then, you know. Thank you, Ezro Crad, for your Prime sub. Appreciate it, man. Okay, Tib, I'll look for the survey later. The Eve UI isn't great. No, it's not. Order sniping is real. Yeah, honestly, like I think I need to. I think for the challenge that I'm doing, I need to completely change the items, because the items were going really well for 2 days, and then I uploaded the episodes to YouTube, and I can't do shit anymore. So I'm pretty sure that I'm just getting stream sniped on these orders, because the orders that were going well 2 days ago are just like dead now. Like there's 10 people on it, and so updating 2 or 3 times a day doesn't work anymore. You had a slow Sunday, Monday in the market? Okay. Maybe it's that as well. I mean, at least I made the 200 million in 2 days. So that's good. Mining changes feel like the same in some new wrapping. Think many will fall off as time move on. Yeah, it's possible, you know, unless they iterate on it. Eric, as a new bro, I gotta say the NPE and UI need improving. Yeah, the NPE is new though, man. Like they just redid the NPE, and when I say just, I mean like a couple of years ago. But this is a very new NPE. Like this whole air career system is new. If Guru netted you 20% on your initial capital, I mean that's good, but like I'm starting at 60 million ISK alpha starting capital, so I tripled it in the first 2 days because of with Eve Guru, but then it just slowed down. I don't know about a ton of miners I know came back to the game. Yeah, I mean, that's what the numbers are showing. MPI is way down, and the feedback I'm getting from different parts of space is that a lot more people are mining than they were previously. And mineral prices are down significantly, which is partly because Goon Swarm is established now in Innsmother and whatever their other region is, but it's also mining expansion helps. Yeah, the NPE is better than it was before. It's just Eve is a tough game to teach. It's a very tough game to teach. That's just it. Maybe you can only share a token trade or two on stream and keep the rest private to see what's by. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do the first episode with the way it was, so that I could show the process. But I think now I'm going to be a little less, sharing a little less as the challenge goes on. Yeah, for sure. Shared after that. Yeah, I mean, I can. It's just like, I always thought it's more helpful if I show the entire process, because my goal in the end is not making money. My goal in the end is showing people how to do it, right? And in the end, everybody has to go through their own journey to make their account successful. But yeah, I mean, I'm also ambitious, and so I'm going to try to get it up there. No, I'm showing viewers that it's working. I mean, the first 2 days were fine. It's okay. Because if they do exactly what I did, they'll be more successful, and that's okay. I will not make the alpha into a trillionaire, definitely not. But they're seeing you put in buy orders that are overcut by everyone. Yeah, but they're not going to pick the same items, dude. Like, the process is still right. And when they do it, it's going to work, because when they do it, they're not going to get stream sniped. So I'm not really sure what you're getting at. Yep. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Oh no, dude. Is it still permadark this time of year? No. In Iceland, it's It's fine. The sun is up like, I don't know, 9:30 a.m. to like 5 p.m. It's fine. It's totally fine. Like it's not that much different from Germany, like in terms of the light per day. It's okay. The biggest issue you've seen with Eve is that a lot of systems are not intuitive. It's true. It's definitely the case, and that's you know, that is something that is difficult to overcome in a 23-year-old game, but it's, you know, they're not going to give up. They're going to keep this game going, and at least the last 2 years have shown them that they can win back some of that magic. Bring back Proving Grounds? Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen, man. People want it. I mean, a few people want it. Most people don't. Is there a view on the Eve Frontier versus Eve Online for cannibalizing the player base? Now we're talking. Crota is asking the right questions, you know? Like, while we're here, we're having presentations on Eve Frontier as well. Like, they're showing us the progress. And I've been able to test it. And by now, it's an early access, and you can actually go, like, you can see them streaming it, you know. And since Eve Frontier was released, or it went into early access, like, it's much different from the prototypes that we got to see 2 or 3 years ago. So, you know, back then it was very close to Eve Online, you know, because just the graphics were very close and the UI was very close. It's been moving away from that continuously, and so it's, you know, like, Eve Frontier nowadays looks very different from Eve Online, and the game idea is also very different. So they're going much more the survival route, right? It's much more unforgiving space, like very much, you know, not the big fleet fights, but more like solo or small group activities. It's much more focused on gathering resources, building stuff, and then actually, you know, if you want to, also programming stuff, like programming your own apps. And yes, there's, you know, it's all built on a blockchain. And so, I mean, I think they've done a pretty good job at finding their own identity. Is it going to cannibalize? Possibly, you know, possibly. Like, in the long run, it might also just be catching people that, like, are just tired of Eve and want to do something different. So it might not be that they are, it might not be that they are maybe taking players away, more like they're just keeping them in the Eve universe, you know? Oh, the drops we have WeHype drops on. I'm on my mobile, like, I'm traveling, sorry. I'm traveling, and so I need to grab the right link from my WeHype. Can you put exclamation mark WeHype? If you put exclamation mark WeHype in chat. There we go. Let me grab the progress bar. Let's see if I can grab that progress bar. Yeah, no, I can't figure it out. But you guys are getting WeHype credit for watching this. I would have to go. Let's see. It's probably in my inbox somewhere. There it is. That's the overlay, and if I go here and I replace this overlay, then it should work. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's very small though. Where do we put that? Do we put it there? This is like an annoying thing right here. There. How about that? There, you can see that. Spot. What's up, dude? A lot of people I saw that went over to Frontier and actually seemed to be sticking around were people that didn't really play EVE that much. Yeah, it does target a little bit of a different player base. I feel like this drop is only for the CCP channel. It does not list any other channels. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but it's we do have this WeHype community rewards thing. The drivers CCP were using to drive revenues with their sales, do they think they have gone as far as they can, so they're now down to pure player volume growth? Crota, can you, like, what do you mean? Like, you mean drivers in terms of like the hyper sale monetization that they were doing last year? Or what drivers do you mean specifically? I don't know if you choose this, but I appreciate that your WeHype has a redemption time over a day. Other streams, the redemption email link expires in under 12 hours sometime. Oh, I know nothing about how that works, dude. I clicked okay, I'll join, and then this happened. I really don't know. So I'm glad it's working out for you. Thank you. You mean regrets about no FOMO? I mean, it falls a little bit under NDA, so I don't really want to talk about it. What the monetization team talks about, right? What I can tell you is this: like we have Pearl Abyss numbers coming out in 2 weeks. So we'll see whether the streak of 9 consecutive quarters holds of growth, year-over-year growth. So I think that'll tell us a lot about whether they regret it or not. I have a feeling it's going to hold because that December sale was like the holidays overall in terms of sales were very successful for EVE. With the Catalyst expansion, with the Horde collapse, people were buying a lot of Plex, it looks like. And so I think CCP did quite well financially in Q4. So I think they're gonna look really, really good for towards Pearl Abyss and towards their stakeholders overall. Crota says CCP have been increasing share of player wallet. Can this keep on going on, or have they got as far? I see what you mean. No, I think it's I I mean, they need new players. They need new players. Like, we're gonna have to attract new players. I think the monetization of the player base is very high comparatively to other MMOs. Aren't they back to the 40% discount on Mastery? Oh no, they're sunsetting the Mastery packs pretty much. It's like the sunsetting sale. They do this every few years, right? I mean, it's nothing new. And do CCP feel like they're holding on to new players that have come back in the last 12 to 24 months? I can't talk about numbers, but I think new player retention is always an issue. It's always been an issue for EVE Online. Always. Like, I think it's EVE Online is a game where, like, A, it's pretty ruthless, B, it's pretty complicated, and C, it's so old that it's very hard to catch up to veterans in anything. And so keeping new players around is super challenging. Super challenging. And yeah, it is a pretty mature player base for sure. I'm not even the oldest CSM. You know. I'm pretty sure I was last year. You're not even old? I am. I'm older than you, dude. They do it because those packs are 1 per account. Yeah, that's right. Well, they're technically 2 or 3 per account because you can buy them in the Marquee Dragon store. Yeah, we do need new blood for sure. How do we reach the kid? I don't know, man. TikTok. I'm not 60 yet. No, that's right. Angry has a good skincare routine. Angry was wearing an Excel sweater today. You know? This calls for a spreadsheet, is what it says. Any changes coming to player on structures? I cannot answer that question, man. I can't talk about what the CSM are wearing. Any more news rumors since the article about PA1 he sells CCP? None. Nothing. Just dead. I could believe it though. Like, for sure. Any idea of the boost bundles will ever go on sale? I can't talk about anything on sale, man. That is doubly covered by NDA, even if I knew, which I don't. How does CCP feel about their relationship with Pearl Abyss is going? CCP almost never talk to me or anyone about Pearl Abyss. You never, like, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say the 2 words Pearl Abyss while I was at CCP headquarters. Like, I don't think the average dev has any connections whatsoever to Pearl Abyss. I think maybe like Rotati and Hilmar, maybe. Are CCP surprised how well their growth has been going? They should be. CCP, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But, I mean, like, of course they're doing some things right. Like, I mean, no. Of course they're doing a lot of things right. They have been doing a lot of things right for 3 years. Like, for sure. For sure. A lot of things, they focused on the right things. They fixed the right things. They finally listened to the player base. You know, like, it's definitely going in a good direction. But then nobody could have predicted it going this well, I think. I mean, I would have never thought that we'd recover from where we were at 2 or 3 years ago. Like, Eve was not in a good place. And to have then 9 consecutive quarters of growth is insane. It's pretty insane. So I don't think they predicted it. Yep, it did. Very much so. It's still not super healthy, you mean? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are not healthy about this game, but that's you know, that's the nature of MMOs too, you know? It's difficult. It's a difficult it's a difficult field to play in, you know? Oh, CCP is streaming right now. Nastra Moonlight. Okay. I don't know who that is. Do you think the good trend from CCP will continue for 2026, 27? I think what they're working on is cool. I could say that. Like, they have presented us an anime mouse to like, when I see VTubers, man, like, it makes me feel so old, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, it makes me throw my hands up and say, like, I don't understand what's going on in this world. I don't get it. I just don't, I don't know what happened, you know? Like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm out. Like, Twitch already makes me feel old, you know? And, but sorry, I was answering a question. Oh yeah, will the trends continue? Yeah. So, so they presented the direction of the game to us, and I love it. I love it. I think it's just right, man. Do CCP talk about how profitable the game and also CCP is? No, they never talk. None of the developers talk about numbers. Nobody. I have never heard them talk about numbers. I'm the only one in these rooms talking about numbers. I don't think developers think in financial success, to be honest. Like, I have never heard anyone, you know, like, yeah, besides the monetization team a little bit, talk about revenue, ETH revenue. I don't, like, never have these discussions, ever. One of the reasons ETH is growing is the incentive on multi-boxing. I mean, it's always been like, it was always multi-boxed heavily, right? So I don't know if, like, I don't think it's worse now than it was before, you know? Like, in the Oracle times, people were multi-boxing the shit out of this game. I'd be a good cat mouse. What the fuck, dude? Some people want the privacy. There are VTubers that are in the... No, I get it. I mean, you can just... Like, why don't you turn the camera off? Like, why do you need a fucking mouse? You know? Like what does a mouse add? I don't get it. Like... Like, why is a mouse, like, why is a virtual mouse better than, no, than, no, but okay, I will stop talking about it. Is Puke taking up 90% of the time talking? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yeah, run large software development team. We don't care how much the company makes or less. Yeah. I mean, like, I have to say, so yeah, I get that it should be like, I get that development should be separate from financial viability, but then again, like, sometimes in prioritization, it's important to focus on what's good for the company. And like I sometimes see quick wins where I would just say, hey, like, I would focus on this because it's just going to secure the future of this company, because it's going to make you money, right? And I'm not talking abandoning fun or gameplay. I'm talking about, like, just prioritizing some gameplay over other gameplay, or some UI over other UI. And that's when it hurts you if your team isn't at all business focused. So that would drive me nuts. Like, as a director or VP, that would drive me nuts, man. It would. Because, like, you don't have, like, it's good. Like, creative, like, it's good if they're not too business focused, for sure, right? But at some point, somebody needs to prioritize the team on things. And so I think I would do that more if I were running CCP. A VTuber mouse running the Oz report. That's right. Oh, sorry. I missed a few messages up there. Our CCP, Crota says, are CCP happy with the velocity of ISK, or don't they care? Or do they feel this is reflecting other things they need to resolve? So let me see how I put this, all right? Like, do you know, like, the level that we typically discuss ISK velocity, inflation, money supply, all economic metrics on this channel and in my content and with my guests and with other CSMs, etc. Like, I wish I had a counterpart at CCP that I could discuss that with, but I feel like that often falls through the cracks. Like, it's that question of, like, that age old, like, I can't hear it. Like, I really hate it when people say, ooh, that hasn't happened since CCP fired their economist, yada yada. Like, yeah, they used to have an economist, like, big deal. But, like, I don't think anyone is managing the EVE economy like I would like to manage it. Like to me, it's so important. Like, it's so huge that I would like there to be someone just in charge of it and working through it with me. But it falls through the cracks often. and that is frustrating. Yeah, I can talk to Angry. That's right. Yeah, and Drake when he was still on the CCP on the CSM. Do CCP feel that third-party tools such as Eve Guru is adding to the game or taking? I think CCP really loves third-party tools. They really love it, and you can see that like what they've been doing, investing in the ESI in the last few years, is really strong. You know, I mean, it's like they've hired people for the ESI. They have an entire team working on it. They're actually catching up on all of the backlog that the ESI was having. I love it. Like the ESI is in a really, really good place now, or it's gonna be in a really, really good place, and so they really appreciate third-party development because it adds so much to the ecosystem of EVE Online. So yeah, they support it, they like it, they enjoy it. Spot sounds like communism. Yeah, dude. If the economy is not priority one, what is priority one? I think priority one is attracting and retaining new players. I would say. In most discussions, I would feel like it's very much on top of mind for a lot of people at CCP overall. Sorry if I'm missing some chat messages. It's all questions, and so some questions I answer longer and then I miss questions. So if you feel like I'm not answering your question, please feel free to repost it in chat. I'm really sorry. Crota. Okay, no. If you could bring any 3 people to the CSM, who would it be? Bring back. If I could bring back 3 people to the CSM, who would it be? Ooh. Who do I miss the most? Let's see who do I miss the most. Drake. For sure Drake. Not just because he's in chat, but I would love to have Drake back on the CSM. Angry is already back, so I don't have to name him. I like Luke. Luke Nananen. I enjoyed working with him a lot. And Dark Shines. Dark Shines, hands down, man. I think like Dark Shines is such a huge loss to the CSM, man. The fact that he didn't run again, that just killed it for me. And I'm sure I've served on 3 terms now. And so like forgive me if I forgot you. I'm really sorry. No, Shines is next level. Ooh, Mark Resurrectus. It shows what nullsec group my alts are in. Possibly. It possibly does. Mark is good peeps. Yeah, he is. I saw him today. I had meetings with him today with CCP Jotun. Mark chose Frontier. Look, Mark chose a job at. He chose a job at CCP. Most of you would. Calling you out. Yeah, not just a paycheck, but you know. What about those CSM do you miss? Oh, Jesus, this is getting intimate. You would if you could live in Portugal? Iceland is special, man. Iceland is special. I think Drake is it shares a lot of my interests in EVE Online, so I enjoy discussing things with Drake, and Luke is a professional, so I enjoy the way he works, you know, and Darkshine's, I just like his game knowledge is insane, and his dedication is insane, and just really like him as a person. I'm not going to tell you which 3 CSMs I would ban, because I'm not going to talk badly about people that I work with. But there's definitely bad CSMs, guys. There's definitely bad CSMs. I'm not gonna name any names. You're never gonna get me naming any names. But there's definitely bad CSMs. I don't know, but or let me just say, there's better CSMs and there's worse CSMs. I don't know if there's bad CSMs. Oh, thank you. But Crota, I missed your question. Will CCP allow third-party tools to be integrated into game like add-ons in World of Warcraft, which is unplayable without them? I think the fact that World of Warcraft is playable is unplayable without them is not a good thing. It's a pretty bad thing overall. I agree. When I played World of Warcraft, I had 20 different add-ons installed because I agree that it's not playable without. But EVE Online is different because it depends very much on what you're doing. You know, for some people it's unplayable without Evo Preview, but for a lot of people it's completely playable without Evo Preview because they're not multiboxing, right? People would like to see on CSM won't often be the best fit, actually, especially if there are disagreements or just a bad fit overall. Worst case scenario, you get someone on the CSM that's just too angry with CCP and you lose productivity and CCP just stops it. Yeah, so in the past, and CCP have been very clear about this, in the past there have been CSMs that weren't as productive and constructive as they have been in recent years. Mainly since I joined. So I don't know what they're talking about. Good add-ons should be made into features. For sure. That's what they did with the 2D map, right? They basically integrated Dotlan into the client. So that's exactly what they did. Not all of it, for sure, but the 2D map. So CSM is a popularity contest. Well, CSM is interesting because if you think about it, so the blocks just decide who goes, right? And that in itself is pretty fucked up. Okay, if you look at the so it all depends on like one or two people making a decision on who they are going to send. And sometimes it blows my mind who they decide to send, and sometimes it makes a lot of sense who they send. So, but you know, it's still surprising to me that, like, if you look at goons, for example, that they just like that most people just follow. Like, how can you not want to think for yourself? Like to me, that's mind blowing. Like, it's mind blowing. If you look at people voting exactly like their leaders tell them, I do think it's mind blowing, because it's very easy to just inform yourself, right? Like, just go vote. Like, just vote for people you think make sense, because the way that the CSM loses credibility is if you send shit candidates, right? That is what happens, right? No, I'm using goons as an example because goons has the most control over their voter base. That's it. That's the only reason I'm using goons. Because I mean, you know, angry is great. I mean, I hope you guys know your own candidates, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, if you've met them, or if you've listened to them, but they don't even like, I don't know, like, do like frat candidates and goon candidates and back in the day PL candidates or horde candidates, do they go through like an internal selection process? Like, is that a thing? Because, like, just sending your leader is fucking stupid. You know, like that. Like, because he or she might be terrible. Might be good at running like a corp, but might not be a good CSM. So I think it should be a campaign process. Like, people that are not running a campaign for CSM, that's terrible. And then you can say it's a popularity contest. I would say, yeah, for a good reason, man. Like, you should be able to at least like semi-coherently state what you're running for, right? Like, because you have to believe in something. You have to fight for something. You have to be in touch with the community and be able to relay things. Like, you know, what makes me a good CSM? I'm a fucking professional, man. Like, I approach the CSM like I approach my job. I do like community outreach before. I talk to hundreds of people before. I actively jump into things I don't understand in EVE Online so that I can make good decisions based on the community. Before I run for CSM, I formulate exactly what I want to run for and what I believe in. I am very transparent on what I think is good in EVE and what I think is not good in EVE. I share my presentations that I hold for CCP with the community. I'm a great CSM. I don't even hold back, man. Like, I see what other candidates are out there, and I see who gets on the CSM, and I've gotten voted 3 times because I do a good job. And of course, also because I have a big platform and I can reach a lot of people. I mean, that's the reason that I finally got onto the CSM. But the reason I've stayed there for 3 years is because, you know, people believe in what I do. And the thing is, like, I am thank you, Hollywood. Appreciate that. I'm also in a, like, I'm past the age of like most people, even developers. Like I've worked for 20 years, 25 years in corporations, right? Like I know how decisions are made. I know how workshops work. I know how to convince people of doing stuff. Like I know how to present my points, and it helps, you know? It helps. It's just experience, life experience, man. Do CCPs say which third-party content they watch for ideas, feedback, or whatever reason? Well, they probably like, yeah. I mean, I talked about like quite a few today, but you know, I know quite a few of them said they watch my content, and then also some others, but I don't want to. That's like, you know, that's, I think, I don't want to talk about stuff that people tell me in conversations at CCP. Do CCP listen to the R show for Pearl Abyss numbers? I wonder, man. Like I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know a few of them do, for sure. Yeah, I have to sit out 1 year for CSM now. I might be back after the 1 year though. Right now, like the way the ways that Eve is going, and the way that like my work with Eve is going, I can see myself just sitting out a year and going back. Are you truly nuts enough to do it again? Well, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I love this game. I love this community. I'm probably gonna be back, dude, for sure. During those 3 years of CSM, what's the biggest thing you brought to the table that made Eve change for all of us? I think the biggest thing, what you can attribute to me, is them reining in the insanely erratic sales that were going on. And I know, like, you can hate me for that. Like, I get a lot of hate for, you know, we don't have 2-for-1 extractor sales or 50% of this sale and all that sale anymore. But I'm going to tell you, in 5 years' time, you will thank me for that change. You will thank me for that change. Because it's changes like that break in-game economies. Thank you, Nero Prime, for resubbing with Prime. Nomen est omen, dude. Yeah, I'm sure they'll listen to me, even if I'm not on the CSM. I mean, what listen to me? They can ask me. They can do whatever they want. How's got the clipboard import for prices? That's right. There's also a bunch of other stuff that I supported. Like the fact that you can now sell to buy orders, and you get all of the prices at the actual order price and not just the lowest price. What do you think about... what do you foresee having to work on when you come back after a year based off what you see happening at present? Dude, you keep trying to... you're not gonna succeed me in breaking NDA, man. What do you think about Eve's sub price still being so much higher than other MMOs in the market? It's too high. I mean, period. It's too high. And the only way that works is if you sub for a long time. And so the strategy for EVE Online is clearly to lock veterans in for long periods of time. And the financials seem to indicate that it is working. yeah, I realize that it's a barrier that some people can't afford to commit to, but enough people are committing to it. Do you think they need an economist? I mean, like, I really don't think, like, I do enough voluntary work for EVE Online and CCP that, like, I don't think they necessarily need an economist. Like, I just wish that they would pay like more attention to what is there, because like I feel like they have everything that is there. Like the MER is fantastic. The MER, well, if the MER is correct, right? Fine, if it's fixed, then it's a great resource. But I do have a feeling that out of everyone in the world, and this is a big statement, I like, out of everyone I know, like Angry and Drake and I are the ones that like analyze the data the most. And that includes the entirety of CCP. You know, like, and I get it. Like they have other stuff to do and they focus on development, but it's like, you already have that tool out there. I always feel like if I were a CCP developer, like if I were in charge of like the economy of EVE Online, like I would be poring over those numbers. I would be like, and maybe they are, maybe they just don't talk to me about it, but it's like, I feel like that's truly missing. I feel like it's truly missing. Because like I don't think it bothers CCP. I don't like it doesn't bother them not nearly enough that the numbers keep being wrong. You know, like I don't like that would bug the hell out of me, and I would try to fix it because I feel like those numbers are important. Like I think they are important. CCP Oz, I mean, like, I think that I think there's just no job for me at CCP. Probably, I don't know. Like I would consider it. Like I would certainly consider it. Because I love EVE Online. I you know, and I already do a lot of content creation for EVE Online, and I work with them in many. I work with CCP in many things, even outside the CSM. So I just have a lot of touch points with the CCP. But, you know, I have a VP job in a you know, fairly good sized German company, and so, you know, it's like, one, I would have to like sacrifice a lot to work at CCP, which fine, you know, but then I would have to take my family to Iceland, which also, like, we've discussed, like I've looked at, like, potentially, like, would that be a possibility? And so, you know, like I can't rule out that it's never going to happen, you know, like I can't. That's why I'm being open about it. I'm just telling you how it is. Yeah, CCP had an economist and stuff. You can work out of the office for CCP and just go there from time to time. Yeah, you for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like for a I would be willing to probably just make, you know, how do you say, like be willing to just make sacrifices, and I probably I would, because it's cool, but as I said, I don't think there's necessarily a role for me in today's CCP. We'll see. It all comes down to the ISK. That's right. Yeah, Spot. That's right. So like, I mean, one of the reasons that I'm very that I'm very like I roll my eyes a lot at that whole economist at CCP topic is because I don't think a real world economy is necessarily what will have positive impacts. Like sure, it helps, but video game economies are very, very different. Like you have to understand MMO, like specifically MMO economies, to judge the health of as an MMO economy, because you've got to benchmark it, you've got to look at what others are doing, you've got to, like in-game shops, gem shops, gold exchange rates, like that. Like those are the things that are impacting games that are different. Spot. Yeah, it's slightly different. So it's yeah. So by the way, for those of you guys that missed it earlier, I'm streaming from my hotel room in Reykjavik right now. I left dinner with the other CSMs early, and some of the devs were also there, to stream here and to like kind of just catch up and let you guys ask questions. I'm going to be doing this several nights this week. So tomorrow I'm probably going to be streaming from the CCP offices. So maybe I'll have some guests, whoever wants to jump on there for me. They have their new studio and everything. So I'm gonna see where. I bet a young gamer who also studied economics would be much better fit compared to season. Yeah, for sure, Nikik. For sure, 100%. Exactly. You just need a smart guy or a girl that has interest in MMOs, that has played MMOs extensively, and that studied economics. Exactly. Yeah. I'm just too old, man. Summit week, so you'll be stung on the whole time. Out the whole meetings, talking, drinking, no sleep. It's big. I mean, CSM Summit. It's a big week. It's a big week, but it's very intense, and it's a lot of discussions, and it's basically you have 3 meals a day with 12 other Eve nerds or 11 other Eve nerds plus CSM devs, CCP devs, and all the CCP devs who work remotely and don't live in Iceland and are just visiting for the summit, they also are staying in the hotel with us. Without spilling any secrets, can you talk a little bit about what CCP is focusing on at the moment? Yeah, it's difficult without breaking NDA. It's not cold. Watch me, it's not cold. It's warmer than most of the US, and it's warmer than Europe right now. It's not freezing temperatures. It's warm here. So yeah, it is. It's like 5 degrees Celsius. So yeah, it's basically impossible to talk about what they're focusing on without breaking NDA. So I really can't say. I that's the one question that I really can't answer because I'm very afraid of breaking it. Are most of your expenses covered? Yeah, they actually pay for everything. CCP pays for everything. They're very nice. 5C worm. Oh, Germany, I can't. No, I'm saying it's warm because it's Iceland in January, dude. I fucking understand temperatures, and I grew up in Texas and in Australia. I've lived in Australia. I've lived in South America. I do understand that Iceland is cold. What I'm saying is, if I'm visiting Iceland in January and it's 5 degrees Celsius above freezing, then I say it's warm because it's warmer, much, much warmer than the place I came from and the place I expect it to be. Yeah, there's no ice. It's all in Greenland, Spot. Earlier talked about how hard it is for new players to catch up to veterans. What do you think CCP could do to help this? Should they do something to close that gap further? Well, I don't know if you can. Like, it's very difficult at this point to take wealth away from veterans without like pissing everyone off, right? Very, 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 very difficult. You could do it with rampant inflation. Rampant inflation could fix it, like power creep and inflation, but you don't want that because it makes your in-game economy unsustainable in the long run. So there's not much they can do. All they can do is get new players to stick around long enough to find what makes it, what makes them tick and where they have fun. Like, I think, like, something like overall something that bothers me, and I know it's like I'm completely aware that I'm biased because I am a veteran, but I think there's way too much focus on wealth in EVE Online. Like, I mean, you know how rich people tell you that even in real life that, like, money can't buy you happiness, and you know what? Up to a certain point, that's bullshit, right? Because, like, it helps if you can eat, right? And if you have a nice house, and that's all good, yeah. But beyond that, it doesn't help you at all. Like, it doesn't, like, it's way more important that you find a fun activity in game that you like. So, yeah, but in real life, money might even buy you more than in game, because, like, if you can have a trillion ISK, if you're not having fun in game, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Like, so what? You can buy AT ships. So what? Like, if you don't have fun flying the AT ships, it doesn't matter. It makes no difference whatsoever. And so I think the problem with a lot of new players is they look at the grass is always greener, somebody's making more ISK per hour, but what they fail to see is that they are making it, like, they are having potentially more fun than the veterans, and the veterans are looking back at the early days and saying, oh man, those were the best days I've had. It is. You can explore more potentially fun activities. That's right. So it helps to be able to explore things, but whether you have, whether you have 100 billion or 200 billion, man, it's not going to save you like it's not gonna save your game experience, you know. I can make ASMR with that setup. Talk about the economy. We're talking about inflation today. ISK velocity. Yeah, I'm going on only fleets soon. Yeah. Sorry, now I missed a bunch of questions. Hold on. Yeah, I just need the cat VTuber or the mouse. What was it? A mouse? I'm gonna be like a big lion or something. Or a bear. A polar bear. For the ISK. Sorry, I'm going back. You want me to donate my ISK and give all my ISK away? Okay. If you're not having fun in the game, you're not having fun in the game, and that's a bad thing. Yeah, it's true. Like I chased it way too long. I neglected fun in this game for way too long. Because for me, like the highest, like finding the highest ISK per hour a lot of times was the fun. And that is fun until you have so much ISK that it doesn't matter anymore, and you're realizing that you're not spending your ISK for fun stuff, and that's a problem. Yeah, and finding a group, to tell you the truth, I've always struggled finding the right group to fly with in EVE. I've tried so many different ones, and I have a lot of friends in EVE. You know, EVE friends. But my life and my play style are so different from most people out there that it's very, very difficult to match. You know, like to me, like sitting on Discord and chatting random stuff to strangers is just like I've tried getting into it. I can't. Like I don't have that time. Like I have kids, I have a job, I stream EVE, you know, like I can't. I'm too old for that shit, you know? It's sad, but it's true. Spin Ishtars at work? No, fuck no, man. You will never see me spin Ishtars. You know what the most fun I've had in EVE, hands down? I mean, wait, Tanit says, but your famous people is different than all. Your content creators never get dawned on a big loss. What do you mean dawned? I don't know what that means. Owned? Downed. You mean quit? No, I hate losses, man. I don't like. I mean, it's different for content creators for sure. Like, I mean, yeah. But it's, yeah. I mean, it's different for sure. Yeah. So, the most fun I've had in EVE, the most fun, is getting out of abyssal dead space with like 1 second on the clock, you know, and saving your ship. I mean, like abyssal dead space, especially if you're learning it, like going up in the tiers, like, god damn, that's good content. You know, that was the first time when I thought, holy shit, like Eve can do like truly state-of-the-art exciting PvE content. And since that day, I've been just sad that like the top tier PvE content doesn't exist outside of instances. Not always. Like they're getting close with some of the event stuff they're doing. Building your first Proteus from scratch. Hell yeah, dude. Love that. That's good. For me, it's like closely followed by 0-2 Omega challenges. I love those. Those are so much fun. The current one's not going well, but you know. I can do T4 stuff pretty easy now. Just waiting for a few more skills to push it to T5. I have 1.6 billion gila. Yeah. See, I like doing Abyss in cheap ships. Because I just lose them too much. Like I like playing risky in Abyss. I like playing I would rather be very happy about finishing them with cheap ships and then, you know, making a big profit rather than always flying expensive ships, because, you know, with kids it's just like sometimes you gotta go, right? And in the Abyss, like, especially when my kids were smaller, I just lost so many ships to just baby aggro, man. Do you expect CCP is releasing the 2026 roadmap in 20? Oh, I have no idea, Thanatos. I have no idea. I really don't know. Yeah, sleeper sites. No, for sure. Like it's good, but it's also a little bit more solved than Abyss space, right? Like once you've got it down, you've got it down. Wouldn't you agree? I thought the procedural rooms for the Abyss were a step on the way to a new mission system. So I think, yeah, that's exactly, exactly, dude. My thinking exactly. Last roadmap was during the launch of the winter expansion going towards FanFest. Same with Abyss, kinda. Once you got it down, it becomes boring. Okay, but like, I have a problem with people saying that. Okay, like, so it takes like to solve abyssal space, like up to like T5, T6, to have solved it for it to get boring. That's like, I mean, what, like 100 hours of game time? At least for me. I mean, like I never felt like I solved it. Never. And I loved running it for a long time. But like I never got to the point, you know? So you can make everything boring if you play it every day. Of course. But that's just not the average player, you know? Like especially if you're trying to like run it well with cheaper ships, right? But yeah, I mean, Yeah, and then losing connection. That's another thing. There's so many things. Like, I could see myself getting hit by downtime. You know what I didn't bring to my hotel room? I didn't bring anything to drink, and the minibar is empty. It's literally empty. I'm gonna have to go down to the hotel bar. You just get kicked out? CCP does not cover the minibar, no. Would be a big quality of life update if they could pause the Abyss timer during an outage. I mean, that would just be gamed, right? People would abuse the shit out of that. Talking about Abyssal drove Oz to drink. Yeah. Well, I just meant water, dude. I'm just thirsty. I've been talking for 2 hours here without a drink, man. I thought I was gonna come on here. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna do like 45 minutes and then go. But I love it. You guys are asking questions. Tap water is good. Yeah, I can drink tap water, right? It just smells like sulfur in Iceland. It just tastes like shit. Go get a dig donut. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just Drake, I'm just, I'm enjoying le coq for breakfast and le coq for dinner. You know how I roll, dude. Yeah. You can have dig for breakfast and then le coq for dinner. Yeah, that's the names of they think it's funny to have the hotel bakery is called Dig, and the restaurant is called Le Coq, and in between it's something, the bar is called Tail, I think. So clearly very planned out, and they think it's very funny. And it is kind of. Thank you, the Blackheart, for the bar should be balls. Shine's almost choked to death on a powdered donut. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. We, like, yesterday, 4 of us walked down to the Eve Memorial in the evening in the dark, and we took a picture there and then had ice cream. Last night. Apparently there were northern lights, but we didn't see them. We haven't done any raffle draws, so let's do some raffle draws here. That's one thing we got left. Exclamation mark raffle if you want to enter. Red going well, you're asking a question about transfer character that cost be paid by ISK. It has to be $20 all the time. Yeah, I mean that $20 is a protection against foul play, pretty much. Yeah, but exclamation mark. And I'm gonna draw a raffle winner in like 10 seconds. Exclamation mark raffle to enter. You can win this 50 plex and 3 days Omega. to extract your alpha, which we're gonna fix. I want to get fixed out of that game. Extracting hordes of alphas is just terrible. It's terrible. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Is Max JF. Congratulations. Are you there, dude? Hey, Mikkel. What's up, dude? Make it so you can't extract unless an account has been Omega for a full month. Yeah, that's the easiest solution. I agree with you, man. I mean, and we both pitched that already. I have a feeling. I think I remember you pitching that. Okay, is Max JF, are you there? Because otherwise I'm going to redraw. He's not. So I'm going to redraw in 3, 2, 1. Let's see. I've lost my redraw button, man. Can I redraw? Yeah, okay. Blue Gray, you are there. I saw you typing. Congratulations, man. You can just send me a message in on Twitch or on Discord, whatever you prefer, and I will send you a code, man. Why is it rigged? Oh yeah, and Chuangxi, the second largest corp of FRT, left for Delft. Yeah, I saw that today. Good stuff. Good night. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here as well. I've been going like an hour longer than I was planning on. Any more? You could have borrowed a studio. Monty, what's up, dude? Yeah, tomorrow, man. Right? Can I use your studio tomorrow? That would be great. If you can set me up. I saw the streaming room already, so like, which one? I haven't seen your new studio, but I know you have a streaming room. I saw that today, so I'm fine in that. Unless you want to do an impromptu podcast tomorrow. I don't know. I have to look at it, but I just want to talk, Monty. I don't log into the game, man. So I don't need a computer. Which one has a filter anybody? Yes. So for those of you that don't know, CCP Monty hosts the Nerds podcast and the Dev Chat. He's the guy you always see on camera, and so absolutely. Jin isn't ready until FanFest. Nice. Okay. Well, we were about to wrap up. Guys, Redgo tell CCP that there's an exploit, or what I believe is an exploit, with the Goristas missions. A Chinese player promises all day and there's no way to kill him because only one NPC drops the key and is inside. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. It's on the agenda. What was the name for the massive worm thing that lived in the fish tank? I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm gonna wrap up my stream now. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna go stream again tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow a little earlier, so I'm gonna stream right after we're done with the summit tomorrow, around 5 p.m. Iceland time, 6 p.m. So 5 p.m. server time, 6 p.m. in Central Europe, and whatever. Yeah, do what it as you wish. If you want to be notified about it, click follow below if you're not already following me. Thanks for subbing and all that jazz. Thanks for patrons. Really, really good chat. Jump back in tomorrow. Let's raid someone. Tomorrow you'll get me to break NBA. You won't. Nobody gets to break NBA. I'm very aren't you impressed by this hotel Wi-Fi though? We've been streaming for 2 hours on hotel Wi-Fi, no issues. I don't think we even had a dropped frame. It's pretty amazing. So good. And we're getting you fairly close to that next skin as well. Okay. Who do we raid? Who's streaming Eve? Let me see. Yeah, no worries, man. No, I'm on the normal Wi-Fi, man. So put in chat if you have a request for a stream target, or I'm gonna select at random here. Crash naps. Are we good with crash naps, chat? Any VTuber? We should totally rate a VTuber. Preferably something with a mouse or a cat. Yeah, sure. What is Crash Naps doing? I'm gonna go check that out. Oh my god. Yes, select a VTuber. Melee Hazard is an Eve YouTuber. Lilium Cobra is on. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Melee. Oh, I see what you mean. This is like some sort of like space anime character. Do we go there? Is Lilium Cobra also a VTuber? This thing is bigger than I thought, eh? Oh god, this is like a... Okay. We're going there. What do you mean technically she is? What do you mean? It's very untechnically a VTuber. This is clearly a VTuber. We're gonna rate Lilium Cobra. Here we go. It's been real, guys. See you tomorrow, yeah? Tune in. We'd love to see you. It's been real. Bye-bye.